36 Raceway for the Missouri Nationals. Boy, I'll tell you what, the bowlers have really put together quite a deal up here this weekend. What I understand, going to be a $58,000 purse for these 8 classes. Of course, 3 of them already ran this afternoon. And what was it, E-Mods, Sport Compacts, and I know I'm going to forget the last one. Pure Stocks. Those 3 classes already ran today. They ran this afternoon, and we've still got 5 classes to go here this evening, so we're really glad to be at US 36. I want to thank the bowlers again for letting me come up and shoot these races. While I'm thinking of it right now, I will tell you I am not going to be able to shoot the sprint race here tonight. They are doing a pay-per-view with somebody else, and I don't do pay-per-view, but anyway, I won't be able to shoot that race, so what we'll be doing during that time is playing back some of these races that I have recorded here earlier, and I hope they've still got some races to go. But anyway, we're going to be at US 36 tonight for the Missouri Nationals. Hope you enjoy the show. Put a like on there, invite a friend, tell somebody, let them know. But that's what we'll be doing here for about another couple of hours. So you all sit back, enjoy, and have a good time. And we'll maybe talk to you just a bit after the races are over. Take care. Have a good time.
As they come down the front straightaway, Rafferty a little bit higher groove than second place car Griggs, but he has that car working to perfection. Greg started on the outside of that front row, and he settles into that second position. The guy I am watching is that car number 75 of Justin Rafferty. He is back in that 5th spot, but he is on the inside of Michael Rafferty as they head through turn number 1 off of turn number 2. This is Dylan Rafferty, one of his home tracks, picked up every feature win a year ago here on the High Banks that the Mod Lights were here. This year, he has been beat a couple of times.
That 4K Garrett Stoneham is trying to get every single inch he can for the 47 of Ed Griggs.
As he is going to be dealing with lap traffic. He is a master when it comes to lap traffic because he does it a lot. Always in Victor Lane. Tyler Farrell that is in this hunt. He has a feature win here on the High Banks of US 36 Raceway as well. Garrett Stoneham has a feature win here who has settled into that 3rd place out on the racetrack. No problems with the lap traffic with that car number 46 as he goes down the back straightaway. He has it working to perfection. Can he do the double dip? Won last night, picked up the big money. Looks like he is the man to beat tonight with only 8 laps to go. Dylan Rafferty in control.
Battle shaping up is for that 3rd spot. The 4K of Garrett Stoneham has it, and the 41 Michael Rafferty is gaining on him.
The 4 Garrett Stoneham, he is backed up just a little bit as that car number 41 of Michael Rafferty is in hot pursuit down the back straightaway. Here comes Justin Rafferty in the 75, and then we go back to that car number 4D. A good run for him as he has come through the pack. That is Doug Pollock. Actually, he is a lap down.
Off the pace is that 3 car Nathan Wolf. He is stopped at the exit of turn number 1. Caution onto the racetrack for the number 3 of Nathan Wolf.
Yep. We will not block the exit and stay under green. Yellow.
Great start as Ed Griggs timed that perfectly. The 4K Garrett Stoneham going to use that outside line to try to get a jump on the 47 of Ed Griggs. Garrett Stoneham going to pull away slightly. Battle is for that 4th spot. Michael Rafferty wants it, and Justin Rafferty has it. Too close for me to call it the line. But up front is the 46 of Dylan Rafferty as he's checking out on the rest of the field.
Jeff Rafferty in the mix as he will look on the inside of Griggs as he come down the front straightaway. Griggs still running a strong 3rd place, but Garrett Stoneham did take over that 2nd position on that restart using the high line, that high side momentum.
As around a car in turn number 2. I don't know who that is. 03 maybe?
22.
Rafferty. Good start at the cone. Side by side everywhere.
This time they reversed it. Stoneham on the inside. Griggs on the outside. Stoneham will take that 2nd spot. Here comes Griggs back on the inside. As they come down the front straightaway, looks like Griggs is going to take over that second place as they go through turn number 1 off of turn number 2.
Look who's coming. That's number 75 of Justin Rafferty, looking on the inside of the 4K. Garrett Stoneham making it 3 wide down the backstretch into turn number 3.
That car number 1, RJ, or JR rather, of Justin Kinder Connect, he is in the mix as well. He is coming to the front. Michael Rafferty all the way up to the 3rd spot.
White flag in the air one more time around. Out loud. 2 more turns for the 46 of Dylan Rafferty. Battles for that second spot. Ed Griggs has it. But checkered flag for the number 46, Dylan Rafferty. Second place goes to the 47 of Ed Griggs. Third place goes to the 41 of Michael Rafferty. Fourth place goes to the 4K Garrett Stoneham. Fifth place goes to the top 5 will go to Tech. The 5th place spot goes to the number 1.
Dylan Rafferty definitely knows where victory lane is here at US 36 Raceway. Last year won every feature that we ran the Model Ice. Very fast this year, as he will do the double dip this weekend, winning the big money both nights here on the high banks of US 36 Raceway and stamping that title. Missouri Nationals Champion Model Ice. Rafferty Chassis, Peak Decals, Weir's Machine, Rafferty Excavating, all proud sponsors on the side of this race car. Builds his own motors, builds his own chassis, and you see how fast he is as he's getting ready to pop the hood and come out of that race car. And as you'll see when he gets out, there's a whole lot of him to come out of that little bitty race car. Well, they are. It ain't my fault. Rafferty Motorsports. Crutchfield Racing Engines as well on the side. Pop in the hood. Race fans, here he comes, the sexy beast, Dylan Rafferty. Dylan Rafferty, you sweep it this weekend. You get both big checks, and you get the honor of saying, I am the Missouri National Champion this year. Congratulations.
Thank you. I wasn't even here earlier, and I heard this man over here pulled the one pill out. I got pretty happy, but I tell you what, all those other Model I guys weren't.
Yeah. I tell you what, the competition is getting tougher in these Model Ice each and every time. What a field of Model Ice. We put out the call, they came, they supported us. That's always a good thing.
Oh, yeah, it's great to have races like this. People show up and put on a good show for the fans.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations on a big win tonight and the big paycheck. Now, you wouldn't float me alone, would you?
I don't know.
That'd be a no, right?
Yeah, no, sorry.
Race fans, another big round of applause. The old sexy beast himself, Dylan Rafferty. Again, Judy Staley Photography taking the pictures. If you need an action picture, victory lane picture of your favorite driver, just give her a holler. Find her on Judy Staley Photography. Or you can message me because me and her are kind of connected there. Yeah, I'm standing here with the birthday boy up here. I wanted to sell tickets for birthday spankings, but there ain't enough people here to hold you down. I'm just saying.
I don't think so.
I still think you ought to be playing lineman for a football team somewhere.
Bad knees.
Yeah, bad knees, I understand.
When you're on its high and we have the wireless, it's super, super low. So he just either needs to project
Yeah,
more or
we just switch while I'm up. Yeah. Field, wing to wing, wheel to wheel, as we're getting ready for green flag racing. As they get ready to come off turn number 4, they come down the front straightaway, wide open as they come to the line. Jay Russell out front. He is in command as they go into turn number 1. As they come off turn number 2, Hewitt is going to look on the inside. He will look on the outside. No room at the end as Jay Russell, that Klein Motors and RVs, keeps that car out front. He has got company. Hewitt is not going to go away. And Hewitt actually wants to win the double dip and pick up both paychecks from Friday and Saturday night. How do you say it? He's got to win it to cash them. As around goes Dougie Cook right in front of the leaders. 8-up car going around down in turn number 1 and 2. Again, feature event 2 unassisted. You will go behind the wall, so he will get it pushed away, line it up, and go again. Wesley, you sure do look tall standing there. Brett, do you hear me okay? All right, just making sure. Yeah, Wesley Smith, you sure do look tall standing down there beside Tommy. I'm just saying. I mean, yeah. Not that I'm meaning a thing by it. I'm just saying, you know. Tommy says, I'll come up there and show you a little lamb. Again, the CarQuest Racing Team, John Hamm, Tommy, the brainchild behind it, and the guy that turns the steering wheel, Wesley Smith. They are a team to beat. Anytime you see them pull in, you know the competition level just went up. He is on a rail so far. Hewitt, excellent on these restarts. We will see what happens. He can start it anywhere between the car, turns number 3 and 4. When is he going to be on the gas? Right in the middle of the turn. Jay Russell to the floor down the front straightaway. Russell down the back straightaway. He looks like he may have the car to beat here tonight. Former Buzz Shootout winner in that car, number 76 as well. 20 of Hewitt. He is in pursuit, but not gaining on Russell. Russell out of Elwood, Kansas. He appears to be the man to beat as, wow, Gage Montgomery always up next to the wall, but gathered it back up and we stay green. As Doug Cook out of harm's way, we will stay green as he is pulled off the racetrack. Natalie Doney in car number 97, or 93-7 rather.
74. Natalie Doney's in 74.
Who's the other one? 93-7.
93-7 is...
The 93-7 car. They was doing battle back and forth. Now they separate themselves as they come down the front straightaway. Russell again, the man to beat. Hewitt in that second spot. Back to Jacob Dye in third. And how about that 17X?
As around goes the 20 of Jeremy Hewitt.
Wow! Last night rather, feature winner loops it here, coming off turn number 4. He will tag that car to the rear of the field. The bad news is he was right there with Jay Russell with a chance to win this race. Still has that chance to win because he can do it from the back. But, man, ain't it going to be fun for us, the fans, to see him come from the back to the front. Chad Burns got the wow stick in his hand, and they will be on that go pedal as they come down the front straightaway. Where is Russell going to start them at? He is slow through turn number 3. Oh, he is on the gas early, coming off turn number 3. Good start for the 76 of Russell. He caught him asleep.
Green flag is going to stand for the 76 of Russell.
And as usual, we see Mike Houseman come plumb up, knocking the dust off the wall. Same with Hewish that time through turn number 2, as he will now try to run down the pack and come through as Jay Russell with a commanding lead over Jacob Dye, who runs in second. Martin's up to that 3rd spot. Back to that 4th spot is that car number 31 of Kobe Workmeister. Good run for him. As they go through turn number 3, off of 4. Klein Motors and RVs. Jay Russell still in control as they come down the front straightaway with 18 laps remaining. 18 laps of a 30-lap feature here tonight. They are fast enough. They got Chad Burns' beard whipping in the wind as passing flag gave to one of the slower cars. As Russell continues to lead this race, he is going to have to deal with lap traffic, which is going to slow him down. That's going to cause Martins and the 20 of Jacob Dye to gain on him. Martins now, the car on the move. That car coming to him as the race starts to wind down. Yellow, caution on the speedway.
Oh, Hewish.
Hewish again, having problems down in turn number 4. As we wind them up, get ready to turn them loose. Last time, Jay Russell caught them asleep coming off turn number 3. This time, a little bit of a waiting game. He starts them coming off turn number 4. Again, a good start for Russell.
Russell off of 2 with a great gain over the rest of the field. Coming to battle is that 17X of Jake Martins.
When it comes to the big races and the big money, it's J.R. Topper off the track, out of harm's way. Yellow flag, caution, too close to the track for comfort, so we will get him pushed out of harm's way. Something going to miss on the 92J of J.R. Topper's race car. So 3 off of turn number 4 now. Not fooled is Jacob Dye. He is right there in the picture, and here comes Martin. Martin's going to try that low side. Now back to the high side. He is going to dive under the 20D of Jacob Dye. Oh, contact between Martins and Dye as they get together. No harm, no foul as we keep racing. Martin's down the back. Yellow, caution on the speedway as we got one around down here in turn number 4.
Lights are out, green is go for the 76 of Jay Russell.
Russell continues to lead them into turn number 1 as they come off turn number 2. Martin's way up on the racetrack, try that high line. Did not work for him as Russell out to a commanding lead down the front straightaway. Here comes Martins again on that 20D of Jacob Dye. Can he get it done in the closing laps? 14 to go that time by. Oh, Montgomery plumb up into the wall, but he corrects it, gets it straightened out. He will hang on to that position, but here comes on the inside that Barger, Nick Barger coming to the front. Russell with a big lead now. He has got a turn lead on that car number 20D of Jacob Dye runs second. Dye slips just a little. That opens door for the 17X of Martins. Martins not close enough to take advantage that time as they go down the back straightaway.
That blue and yellow flag is going to be displayed for the 6B of Kaylee.
Do not want a lap car cause us any issues in this race, so they're making sure that everyone knows that the leader is coming. It don't mean move over. It don't mean slow down. It means hold your line, and the leader will find their way around you. That's what that passing flag means. As we continue to roll, Jay Russell now, he is in the midst of all the traffic, working back and forth, doing everything he can to get by him. That is slowing him down, but ever so slightly. That's allowing Jacob Dye to close in on him. Russell will take 2 of the lap cars at one time as he will get by the 92 of J.R. Topper, who had previous trouble. Down the back straightaway he goes. No problem for him getting by the lap cars. Here comes Jacob Dye trying to do the same thing on the high side as they come down the front straightaway. He is smooth as well in traffic. And Jake Martins, he is also on the move. The 31. Kobe Workmeister continues. Around goes Kenny Potter. Kenny Potter looping it here on the front straightaway, coming off turn number 4. And the yellow coming out on the track with 7 laps. Wow.
The 17X of Jake Martin slips up a little bit, which opens up the door for the 31 of Kobe Workmeister.
As they continue to roll up front, Russell that time right up against the wall, but it seemed to work for him. Here comes Jake Martins on the inside of Jacob Dye. As they come down the front straightaway, Martins on the inside, Dye on the outside. Gives second place to Martins that time with 5 laps remaining. Russell against the wall again in turn number 1 and 2. He gathers that car back up and he maintained that lead, but don't look back now. Jake Martin's coming to the front in that 17X. Dye trying to dive back on the inside as they go down the back straightaway. Nothing doing. Jacob starting to close in on Russell. We have got a battle for the lead with 3 laps remaining as Kenny Potter calls her quits, pulls that car into the infield. His night is over.
Watch that 17X of Martins fighting for that battle. Slide job in turn 3 and 4. Your new leader is that 17X of Martins. Martins is running that low line to perfection as the 76 of Jay Russell slips back to second and settles there. But here he comes right back at the 17X of Martins. White flag gets displayed one more time around for these drivers. Can the 17X of Martins hold off Jay Russell? Your last 2 turns. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be the 17X of Martins. Second place goes to the 76 of Jay Russell. Third place goes to the 20D of Jacob Dye. Fourth place goes to the 31 rather, of Kobe Workmeister. Fifth place goes to the number 69 of Mike Moore.
Up on the side of it. JF Farms also on the side of it as he's getting ready to come out of this race car. Making that pull from Oklahoma all the way up here. Me and him have talked here before in Victory Lane, and we're going to do it here again tonight. What a race. Looked like he may have had his car set up for the long haul as he brings it to the front. I think he's happy. Gotta love it. Race fans coming out of the car, picking up that feature win. It is Jake Martins. Outstanding job behind the wheel. Me and you have talked here in Victory Lane before in the past, and I was talking to you earlier, and you said, man, I've got to get the car working, and you had it working here tonight. Looks like you were set up for the long haul, and that's what paid off at closing laps.
Yeah, I'm 38 years old. I've been racing sprint cars for 22 years. I've won ASCS shows here, 305 shows here. And my dad tells me all the time, just never quit. Just never quit. And I think Workmeister showed me the bottom down there, and I went down there, and the car just took off. And I'll tell you, that's really patient to hit the bottom down in 3 and 4 when you hear Jay Russell spinning the tires above you.
And Jay Russell, how do you say it? The last few laps seemed like his car was pushing up the racetrack, rubbing the wall down here in turn number 1 and 2. Not sure if anything kind of went away on the car. Used the tires up, maybe, I'm not sure. But, man, you're the one standing here, Missouri National Champion.
Man, I love this place. This is like, I've won like 4 or 6 races here when I pulled in the gate. So I love this place. I love the crowd. They've got a heck of a facility here.
We have a lot of fun here, I know that, and we like for you to be part of it anytime you make it up here. How about that? That Missouri trophy's going back to Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's actually going back to Timken, Kansas. That's where Yeka Farms car is based out of. He started a nice little collection, Craig Yeka, my car owner.
Take us through who makes it possible.
Yeah, it's Craig Yeka owns the car, Yeka Farms. His son, Josh, you talk about setup. He's my crew chief, and we've been working together for 2 years, and I would put him up against anybody in the nation as a crew chief in the 305s.
Congratulations, Jake. We're going to go let you celebrate with family and friends. Race fans, one more time. Jake Martin's in victory lane. How'd you like that race, Toddy? That was a good race. It really was. You seen one car starting to go away, the other one getting faster. You saw it starting to come. And I'll tell you what, that man knows how to wheel a car. But Jay Russell, one of the best in the business. We have all the best here this weekend, guys. And happy birthday, Tiny. Did I mention that? Oh, okay. Good. Cody, would you like to do an interview or anything? Okay, you're okay. All right.
Up next are your B modifieds. On the pole is going to be number 12C, Stephen. Light is flashing at him. Green is go for Stephen Clancy and Shadron Turner. Start him right in the middle of turn 3 and 4. Great start for the front row. Shadron Turner is going to pull away from the field. Shadron's going to use that outside, get a good run as around number 125 in turn number 1. That is Dwayne Peterson. Not going to get a lap in the book, but we'll restack him and do it again.
Complete double file restart, double file restart coming up. And we had Dwayne Peterson tagging that car to the rear of the field. Did not see if there was contact or help. Did you, Marcus? .25 lap feature. Good start by Clancy on the inside, but here comes Turner back on the outside. He got that car working as he will run that high line. Clancy on the low line, down the back straightaway. Here comes Eaton into that 5th spot. Chris Wright in the 3rd spot, but here comes Sacco as he is in that 3rd spot as well. Battling back and forth side by side. Chris Wright will claim that spot. And around goes Chris Wright right in front of the field. Everybody gets it woed down and missed him, but Chris Wright, nobody around him, spins it out as he was running in that 3rd position. As we're going green, coming off turn number 4. Shadron Turner at the point. Clancy trying to crowd a little on the outside. Could not get that done. As Jake Sacco runs in that 2nd place as they go down the back straight. Here comes Clancy back on the high side. He'll dive that car on the inside. Unable to get it done. And here comes the cerebral assassin of Tim Eden. He looks on the inside. Could not get that done. It is going to be one thing to run down Shadron Turner. It will be another to pass him as he has got that wet racing car number 56 out front. Here comes Clancy now. Slide job on Sacco. Could not get it done. Sacco way up the racetrack. That's going to open door for Clancy. Tim Eaton. Around goes Eaton. Yellow flag coming out on the racetrack as Tim Eaton has looped it. Not really looped it, but got it sideways down in turn number 1 and 2. So as he will tag that car back out on the racetrack, we'll see if there was contact or not. I do not think. Was there contact? If there was contact, you may see Eaton get his spot back on the racetrack. We will see how all of it shakes out with scoring. Josh Marshall, he is in that 55J. Topeka, Kansas driver. Got that car working in the front of the field. As we get ready to go back green, Turner on the throttle as they come down the front straightaway.
As around goes a car in turn number 2. He is not able to get it fired up and going under his own power just yet.
I always wonder why they couldn't coast it down the track into the infield. Now, see, I can count to 9. Now, if I go over 10, I got to take shoes and socks off, just saying. Clancy not fooled on this restart. Here he comes on the inside, not able to get it done. As Turner's got that car out front, down the back straightaway. Shadron Turner has that car going. Witt Family Racing put him in this car, and it has been nothing but wins and victories for him ever since he has went aboard this 56 car. Tim Eaton on the move as he is way back in the field, but he is going to try to make it 3 wide, thread that needle down the front straightaway, thought better of it as we continue under green flag conditions. Shadron Turner, St. Joseph, Missouri driver in that Witt Racing prepared car number 56. Stephen Clancy is in pursuit though. Turner is not getting away. Clancy continues to dog him as they go into turn number 1 off of turn number 2. Jake Sacco, he is back in that 3rd spot. Then will come Truman Asher in that car number 73. And the 57 of Aaron Morant. Morant up to that 5th position. Morant having to work hard to get that car in this feature tonight. Raced last night at another track here with us tonight as he has got that 57 car rolling down the front back straightaway. Hard contact. Eddie Ingram Jr. involved. The 125 of Dwayne Peterson involved. Josh Marshall involved. As it looked like Marshall spun that car sideways and then the rest of them just kind of piled into him. The B modifieds, we tried them a couple times. Delaware double file, couldn't get it done, so we'll go single file with Shadron Turner in control down the front straightaway. Turner turning that car sideways to go through the turn once he got past the flag stand. As they come through turn number 3, off of turn number 4, 17 laps to go. This time by the 56 of Turner continues to lead. A lot can happen in 17 laps.
The battle is for that 4th spot. You have Truman Asher set in 4th on that high side, but not going away. Is that 57? He came from the back of the pack. Aaron Morant started the 7th row outside, started 14th, and he's all the way up to that 5th spot, and he's wanting more.
Truman Asher shuts that door on the 57 of Moran as they continue to battle for position on the racetrack. In their grasp is that Jake Sacco as they go down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, up front, that car number 56, he continues to lead. That is Shadron Turner out front. He will dive it into turn number 1. 54th Street Grill and Bar, sponsors on that race car. Down the back straightaway they go with Stephen Clancy in pursuit. Let's look a little bit further back now. We've got that 26 of Sacco. Then comes that car number 73 of Truman Asher. Aaron Morant not going away as he is in that 5th spot. These guys are doing battle for these positions. And who is sneaking into the picture? That car number 211 of Tim Eaton. Looped that car down in turn number 1 and 2. Now he has had to come to the back of the field. He is all the way up to that 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th position and looking for more. We got 2 cars side by side for that 5th spot. Aaron Moran on the low side, the 73 of Truman Asher on the high side. As they dive it through turn number 3, off of turn number 4, Moran seems to have the low line. Truman Asher uses that high line momentum to hang on to that spot. As they continue to go back and forth for that spot. Here comes Aaron Moran again as he and Truman Asher cannot seem to separate themselves out on the racetrack. Side by side down the front straightaway, Morant just cannot get the momentum off the bottom side of the racetrack. This time he may have him as he got that car set early. Here comes Morant into that 4th spot. Morant now will set his side, and here comes Eaton into that 5th spot. Tim Eaton on a mission.
Looks like that 73T of Truman Asher is having a little bit of trouble with that car. Hopefully he can keep it up and keep it going. But up front, everyone is chasing that 56 of Shadron Turner. Shadron Turner is dealing with a little bit of lap traffic. Get by him on the inside. Might help Stephen Clancy, the 12C, a little bit.
Lap traffic always comes into play on this fast 3/8 mile of dirt as they go down the back straightaway. Turner now with that lead. Here comes the 12C trying to pass the lap car of Eddie Ingram Jr. as well. He gets it done. He will now set his sights on Turner again as Morant and Eaton going back and forth for that spot. Eaton does the slide job. Here comes Morant back on the inside. Look at these 2 guys battle. Two gladiators going at it back and forth for that position. Yellow caution on the speedway.
66X of Chris Raya is slow on the top of turn number 4. How do you score that?
We will see how that battle, how the scoring is on that battle between Tim Eaton's all the way up to that 5th spot. And him and Eaton are putting on a show.
Lights are out. Green is go for Shadron Turner. He starts him right in the middle of turns 3 and 4. A great start for them. Tim Eaton looking on the inside of Sacco, while Morant is going to go on the outside, not going to gain anything. Got a real Tim Eaton right back in.
Eaton again, slide job city. Here comes Sacco back on the inside. Could not get it done. Eaton in that 3rd position with 5 laps remaining.
Sacco not going away as Morant is looking on the inside of Sacco. Into 3. Going to be off of 4. 2 wide side by side. Who's it going to be? Sacco's going to keep it for another lap. 4 laps to go this time by, with everyone chasing that 56 of Shadron Turner.
As they come down the front straightaway, Turner continuing to lead. That's a 12C of Stephen Clancy. Continues to do battle for that 2nd spot. All that action back in the pack. Morant, Sacco, the 73 Asher, all of them battling for that spot. Morant clears them. Here comes Truman Asher on the inside of Sacco as they come down the front straightaway. Cannot get it done as he will hang on to that spot. 2 laps remaining. Double hockey sticks. 2 to go. Marcus, call that action, my friend.
White flag is displayed for the 56 of Shadron Turner. Stephen Clancy is not going away at all. The battle is for that 4th and 5th spot. But up front, double checker for your feature winner, number 56, Shadron Turner. 2nd place is going to be 12C of Stephen Clancy. 3rd place goes to the 211 of Tim Eaton. 4th place goes to the 57 of Aaron Morant. 5th place goes to the 26 of Jake Sacco. 6th place goes to the number 73T, Justin Asher. What a great run for that number 57 of Aaron Morant. Started 7th row outside. Managed to come back and finish 4th.
I'm here.
As he pulls it up here into victory lane, Harris Heating and Cooling also on the side of this race car. Cameron Glass, Fusion Race Wraps. 54th Street Grill, Scratch Grill and Bar as he gets ready to come out of the car. Me and him have interviewed before here many times. As he gets all the safety equipment taken off, he's getting ready to come out of this race car. Race fans, here he is, Shadron Turner. Shadron's starting position means a lot, but it also means a lot to get that foot to the floor and never let up on this speedway. I don't think you ever cracked that throttle once.
Yeah, man, this car is awesome, and yesterday I thought we were just as good, but racing another J2, just like you said, it feels good to be out front, so I was glad. I had Carson draw for me today. He drew a 2, so shout out to him, and all my team here, everybody, my friends and family are all here, so thanks to everybody for coming out 2 nights in a row here, and hope you had as much fun as I did.
I'll tell you what, I went through all your sponsors, but we got to do one thing. Every time we interview here, you got to do that imitation of your announcer.
Rick always says, best of the best right here on the high banks.
Race fans, one more time, Shadron Turner, victory lane. Do I sound like that? Oh. Oh, I forgot to forget. Boy, that's how absent-minded I am. Dakota Earl, some more shirts to give away. MWRA, best in the business. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shirts, we're going to be throwing out to the crowd. All right, she's got a good arm, so look out. All right, see this guy with the cap? See if you can knock that off his head. Oh. Well, that was a pitiful throw, if I say so myself. Good throw. I hate to say it, a little bit weak with the throwing, I'm just saying. Yeah. But again, thank y'all so much for being here. Great show by y'all this weekend, and we ain't through yet. All right.
Another big congratulations.
Really? Do I sound like that? Oh.
Another big congratulations to the 56 of Shadron Turner. What a great B-Mod race we had tonight. Up next are the USRA IMCA stock cars. 21 strong tonight, top 5 go to Tech, and it is 25 laps. Your starting lineup goes like this. On the pole, number 14, Jake Sacco. On the outside of him, number 91J, that is Jalen Weddingull. Row number 2, inside, number 63, Mike Nichols. Outside of him, number 34X, Mick Ross. Row number 3, inside, number 29X, Nate Barnes. Outside of him, number 12X, that is Matthew Lance. Row number 4, inside, number 14B, Austin Bozek. Outside of him, number 37D, that is Brad Derry. Row number 5, inside, number 20X, Carson Masoner. Outside of him, number 24C, Brandon Conkright. Row number 6, inside, number 75X, Randy Smith Jr. Outside of him, number 74, Rodney Schweitzer. Row number 7, inside, number 20X.
Probably on a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
As we go green, off turn number 4, down the front straightaway, side by side, wheel to wheel. Nichols taking a peek on the inside of Sacco, could not get it done. Here comes Whittingale on the outside. He and Nichols side by side. Whittingale's going to thread the needle. He will dive it on the inside of Sacco as they come through turn number 3 off of 4. Nichols will now go that high side. A little bit of contact between the Flying Penguin and Sacco as they go into turn number 1. Off of turn number 2, Nichols getting up on that high side now. He will set his sights on Sacco, but Sacco very smooth. Nichols drives it in 3, 4, Carling steeper, and Sacco threads that needle 3 wide. New leader to line.
Contact between the 91 of Weddingale and the second place car. Weddingale slow on the bottom, and he keeps it going, and we stay green.
So contact between those two drivers, that will send Whittingale to the rear of the field, or there nearabouts. Up front, Mike Nichols is your leader. Sacco in that second position. 34 Ross runs in the third spot. Nichols feeling that horsepower as he comes down the front straightaway. Nichols wanting to stamp his name on that Missouri national title here tonight. Take it back to Harlan, Iowa with him as he continues to lead.
Looking back in the pack is the 20XX. That is Chad Clancy as he's making his way through the field. 3 wide down in front of the flag stand.
As we look at Nate Barnes, and that is Brandon Cockright going back and forth for that position. Then we got the 220 cars doing battle. One of them is Randy Smith Jr. The other one is Chad Clancy as they go back and forth for that spot. Randy Smith Jr. in the 75X. Carson Masoner in the other 20X. 220 cars doing battle. Chad Clancy and Carson Masoner going back and forth for that spot. I think it is Clancy now ahead of Masoner as they go down the back straightaway. Nobody is going to catch that car number 63 of Mike Nichols, barring nothing going wrong with him as he goes down the back straightaway. So as Nichols continues to lead, we look back to 34X and the 12X of Matthew Lance. They're going to go at it for that third and fourth spot as Ross will hang on to it. And how about Brad Derry? Brad Derry running a 2-barrel out here on the racetrack against all these 4 barrels. And he is up in that 6th or 7th position. 6th position for Derry. As they go down the back straightaway, the Flying Penguin, he is starting to fly to the front now as he's got that 91J back up toward the front of the field, running that low side. He will get on the inside of Dixon. As we look back in turn number 1 and 2, Battle 53, Sam Lewis will take that spot away from the 47 of Griggs, and here comes the 21X. The 21X coming down the front straightaway, that is Connor Masoner, the young gun. 3 wide as we come down the front straightaway again. Griggs on the inside, Lures in the middle, and Connor Masoner on the outside. These guys cannot separate themselves from each other as they come off turn number 4 down the front straightaway, as Masoner will pick up those spots. Again, those two 20 cars getting separated as Clancy starts his march to the front. He will get by the 74 of Schweizer. As we look back to the front now, the 63 of Mike Nichols is your leader.
Back stretch by the Ricky Bobby.
Nichols is lapping some extremely fast cars out here on the racetrack. That car will work anywhere he wants to put it. It is a B&B, and around goes Dixon. He will pull that car in the infield, race his way back onto the speedway. So tough break for Brandon Dixon. As they come down the front straightaway again, Nichols making a mess of things as he has got that car up front, and he is pulling away from the rest of the field as it looks like Ed Griggs has pulled that car into the infield. The 47X, their night is over.
3 of Brandon Dixon pulled his car behind the wall as well. There was another car, but I didn't. Brandon Dixon. And the 2X of Ricky Bobby Couch.
As we continue to race, Nichols again dealing with lap traffic. He has no problem with that 63 car. He continues to go marching through this field like there's nobody's business. As he comes down the front straightaway now.
No, he's on the back stretch.
He is on the back stretch coming through turn number 3 off of turn number 4. Next car to go a lap down will be Carson Masoner in that car number 20X. He is lapping some extremely fast cars. Sacco has not went away as he is in that second position. Back to that third spot to 34X of Mick Ross. Then will come the 12X of Matthew Lance, the 37 of the Bulldog, Brad Derry.
Off the pace on the backstretch.
Brandon Conkright. Problems with that car as Yella comes out on the speedway. Conkright trying to get that car out of harm's way to keep green on the racetrack, but just could not get it done. Pulls over the berm. We will not let him sit over there during the race. So the people will go give him a push, get him back in the infield or to his pit area.
He's got it pulled away under his own power. Looks like he's going to go straight to his pit.
One more race to go after this one, race fans, and it is the big one, the non-wing sprint cars, MWRA. Go stick in our flagman, Chad Burns' hand, as the green light is going to wink at them, and they're going to be good to go. Where is Nichols going to start them at as they come through turns 3 and 4? On the gas right now. Nichols fast down the front straightaway. That 4-barrel kicks in and he will pull away. Sacco in that second spot, but here comes Ross on the high side doing everything he can. Lance and Dury doing battle back and forth for that 4th and 5th spot. As Lance has 4th, Dury back to 5th, and here comes a car on the inside. That is car number 14. That is Austin Bozak. He will be on the inside of Dury as they go down the back straightaway. Here comes Nate Barnes as well. Let's try to make it 3 wide as we go into turn number 3 and 4. As they come down the front straightaway, again, a gaggle of cars 3 wide as we come down the front straightaway. Hard racing action back in the pack as everybody wants to pick up every position they can as it pays bigger money the further up you finish. As they come down the front straightaway, the Nichols still going to lead them, the winningest driver ever again, over 500 and some wins. If you ask him how many, he'll say one more than I had, as only 2 laps remaining. Looking at the white flag, this time by.
Nichols is your leader, and Sacco is in second. Mick Ross is in third. Matthew Lance is in fourth, and the 37D of Derry is in fifth. Checkered flag is going to wave this time by your feature winner, double checkered, the 63 of Nichols. Second place goes to Jake Sacco. Third place goes to 34X of Mick Ross. Fourth place goes to the 12X of Matthew Lance. Fifth place, rounding out your top five, goes to the 37D of Brad Derry.